Hey everyone, welcome back to Crafty Planner Lover. My name is Megan and today we are going to be planning in my Erin Condren social media planner for the week of March 30th through April 5th using this Springtime Meadow collection from BlessUrHeartStickers. So you guys, BlessUrHeartStickers has amazing collections. Obviously, we know this. But she also has really amazing items, and now you can get my really amazing freebie. I don't have it with me right now because I haven't made my order for the month of April yet, but this is what the freebie looks like. I think it is so cute. I'm obsessed with it, and it is based off of the garden collection, so I definitely think you guys should get that freebie. So, this is what we have in the collection. This is, I thought, perfect for the month of March. Look at the beautiful freebies. Look at the beautiful washi here. It's beautiful. This is amazing. If you guys don't know, this is the 7x9 mini kit from BlessUrHeartStickers, so you get all of this awesome stuff in your collection of items when you purchase this kit. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just got back from my cruise like today, so my brain is all kinds of whack. But let's go ahead and get started. So, guys, I'm very sad that my cruise is over. I am. And I have to tell you guys that it was very nice and very relaxing. For sure. I had a great time and I did not want to get off. But I do have to say that it was a lot less difficult to get off of the cruise than I have had in previous cruises. So if you have, if you remember any of my other videos, then you know that I had talked about how difficult it was. I messed this up and I need to move this over. You guys know how difficult it was for me to get off of a cruise once I got on it, because I didn't want to go back to my job because I worked at Disney and I was just over it. But this cruise, you guys, I was like, you know what? I do really love my job and I do really enjoy what I do. So I'm okay that I have to get off. Obviously, I didn't want to, but it was not less difficult this time to get off my cruise. I just wish that the spring break that we had, oh my gosh, if I can get this out, that'd be great. Our spring break that we had was very, very short in my opinion, and I wish it would have been longer. However, we do have Good Friday off this week. So on the, what is it, the 3rd? We have the 3rd off, which I'm very excited about because let me tell you what, I'm going to do a ton of sleeping. You couldn't even see what I was doing. I am so sorry. I was too busy chatting, as usual. Anywho, I did enjoy my cruise a lot. I am very happy that I was able to go on it. I don't know if I would go on that cruise again for a little bit, because not that it was bad. It was one of those cruises where you were like, okay, well, it needs some adjusting. You know what I mean? Does that make sense to you guys? Where like it's a brand new ship and so it needs a little time to get rid of the new, if that makes sense. But it was a fun cruise. I definitely relaxed, which was my main goal. And I will have that video coming out very soon because I'm off on Good Friday. I promise to actually have footage, my July 4th stuff put up. I actually have it almost finished editing, actually. I know, that's a surprise for everybody. But I do almost have it finished, edited, and I am going to upload it in this month. Then I will upload my October vlog, and then we will get to this one. So hopefully not too much longer for you guys to get that video if you are, sitting on the edge of your seat waiting for it. I know that like all of you are. But I am excited to show you guys what I have been up to for that. I don't know if I have another habit tracker. I might not. I most likely don't. But it's always good to check, right? And y'all, it was a good thing that I checked because I actually did have one, which is a very good thing. So, huzzah, hooray, and yay for us. I know, right? So excited. So that was my thoughts on the cruise. I'm not going to give you much thoughts about it because I will have a video on my final day for my thoughts for the cruise, so you guys will be able to see that, but it will be a little bit, so why don't I just go ahead and tell you honestly. It was a relaxing cruise, but it was one of those cruises where you could definitely tell that it was aimed towards younger kids and towards the partier people, because I am not a party person. I don't go out and, you know, live life to the fullest in party form, so that was different for me. And I definitely was not used to that kind of vibe. So it was interesting to be in that kind of atmosphere. But I still had a really good time. I think that the food was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It was okay. And I think that the entertainment could have been better. But I'm also used to a Disney level of entertainment when it comes to, you know, entertainment in general, so I think that you should take that information with a grain of salt, because like I said, I'm used to the Disney level of entertainment and not cruise level. So that is my thoughts on the cruise. I did have a good time though, I really did, and I want you guys to know that I did enjoy my time on the cruise ship, and I think that in a couple of years, if I was given the opportunity to go on a cruise again at Margaritaville at sea, I would take it, but it would have to be a few years from now, because they need a little bit of time to solidify everything. And my sister also has that same opinion, in case you were wondering, on her opinion as well. As I said, I literally just got back today, so everything is fresh in my mind, and I wanted to have this video up before Monday, because I wanted it to go out on Monday, but obviously the Sarah Lynn Art Sharing Circle went out on Monday, so I was like, well, I could have had this video out on Monday, because the Sarah Lynn Art Sharing Circle actually ended up being on Susan's YouTube channel, who is the owner of Sarah Lynn Art, and I could have had this video go out then, but I decided that I needed to give myself just a little bit of break, and I don't think I'm going to be working on Tuesday of this work week, because I think I'm gonna move this over, because we have testing, and I don't think I'm going to be needed on Tuesday, which means I can sleep, and I'm so excited to sleep, y'all. I am so tired. I did do a lot of sleeping on this cruise, which is probably why I'm so tired. Okay, so we're gonna put this like that. And then we're going to move this over here. Just like that. I did do a lot of reading. And y'all, I want to talk to you about my book that I had been reading. And I'm sure you guys have read this before, if you are into the book talk, or if you were into just like reading everything that's recently come out. Because this has been out for, I think, 2 years now. So this is not going to be a surprise if you have read this book before. But A Court, not A Court of Thorns and Roses. I know when I said A Court, everyone was like, A Court of Thorns and Roses? No, I've already read that. No, A Court, This Cruel and Lovely by Stacia Stark. That is the book that I've read, and I'm going to show you a little picture of what it looks like. That is the book, A Court, This Cruel and Lovely. And it was released back in, what, 2003, March 24th. So it's been 3 years. And I finally got around to reading it, and I do have to say, it was good. It was good. I gave it a 5-star, and I technically gave it a 4.5, but like on Goodreads you can't give things like half stars, you can only do like 5 or below, or like even stars is what I mean to say. So I did give it a 4.5, technically 5 on Goodreads, but I did give it a 4.5 star rating, because it was good. There's nothing wrong with it. I was just not impressed with Lorien, and I'm not going to give anything away, because this book could be a new book to you, but there were some things that I did predict that did indeed happen, and I knew they would. It's just how the book things go nowadays. But I was a little bit sad with the reaction of some of the parts of the book, like some of the plot points is what I wanted to say. Some of the plot points in the book I was a little bit sad about, because I was like, well, really? Really? Did we have to do that? So that was a little sad, but it's okay. I still really enjoyed the book, and I thought it was very Good. I am actually going to be using a habit tracker this month, or this week, not this month, this week, because I have some things that I want to make sure I get done every day this week. So I am going to use the habit tracker for that. The Monday through Sunday box is what I mean. Here we go. Perfect. Alright, let's add the boxes and then we will add the days of the week, because I always end up moving them anyway, so might as well do it this way. The other book that I've been loving, and I've talked about this book in the past, but the Plated Prisoner series, which is gold, it's the Guild, I don't remember the rest of the books, I just remember that gold was the book that I just read. Y'all, this is going to be a spoiler for you if you haven't read the books yet, okay? So skip a couple seconds so you don't get spoiled. But anyway, how come every single dang book I have ever read recently has the main character losing their memories? Like, every single time I have read a book, they have lost their memories. And I'm like, what in tarnation is happening? Why do we keep making people lose their memories? Like, it's just beyond my comprehension. Because, like, can we please find something else to do? Like, can we not make them lose their memories? I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on the subject, and it made me so upset. And I demoted, because I think every single book, hold on, I'm almost positive that every single book in this series I have given a 5-star rating, because I freaking love that series so dang much. But I think that every single book, so I gave Guild a 4 out of 5. Glint I gave a 4 out of 5. Okay, so they've gotten 4 out of 5. Oh no, Gleam got a 5 out of 5. I loved Gleam. Gleam was really good. Glow, which is book 4, I gave a 4. Okay, so looks like just Gleam I have been giving the books 4 out of 5, except for Gleam, which got a 5 out of 5. But like, I would have been a 5-star book, okay? Would have been a 5-star book had it not had that pivotal plot moment that I'm not going to talk about right now because I skipped it. But y'all, I almost threw the book across the room. I was like, are you freaking kidding me right now? I was so mad. And like, I don't really, well, I was gonna say I don't get mad at books, but I do. I don't necessarily think that like it's a bad thing if the character has that happen to them. But like, it's every single book recently, and I'm just so over it. And I was talking to one of the kids at school because she was reading one book that I've read that's not like smutty. She was reading a book that I had read, and we were talking about it, and I was like, have you been reading books where the characters lose their memories? And she just about lost it. She was like, yes, and it's so rude. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have found my person. Like, we just talked about, she was already done with her work, so it was okay. We just talked and talked about how angry we were that they're making the characters lose their memories all the time, and I was just livid. And I'm sure that the kids in the classroom were probably like, what in the world? But like, it was 5 minutes before the bell rang, so nobody did any work anyway. I don't know. I just wanted you guys to be aware of that upsetting pivotal point in my life where I was just livid to the fact that these characters keep having that happen to them. That's it. That's all, as Miranda Presley says. That's all. So, yeah. I decided to read a comfort book now that is a book that I know will not make me upset because I have had people tell me that it is a really good book. And it is Role Model, the 4th or 5th book. 4th? Game Changers, Heated Rivalry, Tough Guy, the weird one. So it's book 5. It's book 5 in the series. And it's very much a feel-good, and I'm very happy about it. It's Role Model in the Heated Rivalry series, by the way. As you can see, I am very passionate about the books that I read, and I often talk in a very passionate tone when talking about them. So many apologies if that was just unexpected for you and you were not prepared for that, because I did freak out a few people, I'm sure. I was also talking to one of the teachers about it, and we were during lunch before spring break was over, and we were having just a very, very like heated discussion about how upset we were about some of the books that we've been reading. So if you ever want to rant about books with me, I would be very, very happy to talk about them, especially if I've read them before. But like, just like plot points and stuff, if you ever want to rant about them, you know, hit me up. Let's talk about it. Especially when I do like a book review and you want to talk about the book, I would love it. I probably need to be on like a book club or something, but there's not any near me, and I am too antisocial for that kind of thing. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents, guys. I'm so sorry if like I just went on a huge rant this whole video and you did not want to hear me talk about books, but you know, such is life when you watch my videos. I kind of just go on random rants every once in a while. Plus, like, that book is fresh in my mind, and I just wanted to get all of my frustrations out because I was upsetty spaghetti about that book. So you are welcome if that was something that you wanted to listen to. Also, if you've read it, let me know, because I would like to hear if anybody else has read that book, because I was talking about it to that teacher, and she was like, because she's asking me what I was going to do on the cruise, and I was like, oh, probably read. And she's like, oh, what are you going to read? And I told her the book, and she was like, is that ACOTAR book that all those kids are talking about? And I was like, no, it is not. But it does sound like it, doesn't it? So let me know if you guys have read it before, because I want to talk about it, and I want to talk about books with you guys. I'm sure you just are so excited about that. You're probably like, Megan, no, you are crazy. No one wants to talk about books with you because you're insane. Understandable, honestly. I think this spread is almost done. I'm just doing a little bit of rearranging here because I forgot to account for the day of the week up here, and now I've got to rearrange it. Hopefully I still can. Let's see, put Saturday here. I'm going to cover it up just a little bit on the box there. And we'll put, nope. We'll put this like that. Yes, I can indeed do this. Perfection. Alright, there we go. And then we'll put this one right there. Beautiful. Well, I think that looks just about done, don't you guys think? I don't know why I sounded country all of a sudden, but here we are. I like this. I like this a lot. Should I add these glitter washi strips at the bottom? Part of me thinks I should. Okay, and then the very last thing that I'm going to do, and I literally almost missed this, is I'm going to add a box here for my Sammy Lynn planning post for the week, because I do have to make sure I mark that, and I have forgotten already once, so don't need to forget about that. Let's do, kind of thinking the blue. Yeah, let's do the blue. And then maybe also this box here, because I did forget the week of my cruise, and I don't want to forget that. So now we have that box there, and I won't forget. Alright everyone, that is it for this week in my social media planner using the Spring Meadow kit from BlessUrHeartStickers. If you want to use my PR code and save 15% off of your order, you can use PR code Megan15. This is what my freebie looks like. I don't have it currently because I have not made my purchase for the month yet, but this is what it looks like. It is super cute, and I am very obsessed with it, and I think it is absolutely adorable. If you like this video and you want to see it more from me, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and check out BlessUrHeartStickers. She is planning Happy Plannings with Misty here on YouTube, so definitely check her out. I will leave her information in the description box, as well as all of her socials and my PR code. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, craft on. Bye guys.